Now, that's these body cams. We have the forensic interview, and let's play it really quick. But the body cam when Investigator Romero is having conversation with a 9, a 10, a 14, a 16, those body cams are not in the server. The police department omitted those body cams from being uploaded to the server. That's what Brad Haywood is telling the prosecutor, you don't have to give me. You don't have to give me body cams where children have been abused and weaponized against Mustapha. Brad Haywood is covering up for the police department. This is a forensic interview where the 14-year-old is telling the child's, I want to call her psychologist, but she tells you she's not a psychologist. Let's call her the person that's interviewing the child in a forensic interview. You'll understand what I'm talking about when you watch the full forensic interview. Here, Javen is the 14-year-old child is telling this individual that's interviewing him what the police told him to weaponize him against Mustapha. Let's take a listen to what 14-year-old Javen is saying in the forensic interview.
When he got into the car crash, the detective said he jumped out and ran, left my baby sitting there. And if he just thought to bring her to the hospital, maybe she would have made it, but she didn't because he decided to be a coward. And now she's gone. And now all I have is my two brothers. She was the sweetest. She would never even hurt a fly. She was citizen too. 0.5. Now my mom's gone. Now she's gone. It's because of one man that I trusted. Because my mom kept on telling me he's a good guy. I kept on saying, okay. Alright, I told her I had my suspicions and I should have went with my gut. I knew something wasn't right. And I still believed her, and that's why they're gone today.
Javen, the 14-year-old, says, I trusted Mustapha. Mom always told me to trust Mustapha. That gives you insight into the kind of relationship Mustapha has with those children. Mustapha is a father figure in their life when their father was not there. Javen, the 14-year-old, says, I trusted Mustapha. Mom always told me to trust Mustapha. That gives you insight into the relationship that Mustapha has with his mother, Dorothy Fontaine. Mom always told her child to trust Mustapha. Now, the police, Javen says, the 14-year-old child says, that the police told him Mustapha ran away. And the police could have saved his baby sister if Mustapha didn't run away after the accident. That's what's coming out of the child. So where is the missing body cams? Where are the body cams when the investigator sat down with the children before walking them into the forensic interview? Evidence showed that the police lied to those children. Mustapha was in a coma. Mustapha was helicoptered to the hospital. But they're sitting here weaponizing these children. And in the order we read that Brad Haywood is telling the prosecutor, you don't have to give me those body cams. Now, the other body cams is when they're inspecting Mustapha's vehicle. Now, we have one body cam where they found brake failure, but there is another officer, Officer Cruz, and his body cam is missing. That's going to shed light on what is going on with Mustapha's vehicle, that when Mustapha's foot was on the brake the whole entire time, the vehicle would not stop, had brake failure. That body cam is removed by the police department, and the prosecutor blocks the reconstruction of the vehicle. I mean, when you're watching this case unravel, the fact, I mean, you don't have to know anything about this case, but finding out that a prosecutor is blocking the reconstruction. Now, let's get back to the basic. The county says this is intentional. That's what the county says. That Mustapha crashed the vehicle on purpose. The details that are coming out of this case is that this is a car accident, and Mustapha did everything he can to avoid a vehicle accident. Now, wait a minute. Wouldn't it make sense if the prosecutor is saying Mustapha crashed the vehicle on purpose, that when we bring in an independent expert, there's a judge order to inspect the vehicle? Wouldn't it make sense that the prosecutor allows the reconstruction of the vehicle accident? I mean, wouldn't that prove her case. Instead, what's coming out of this case is that the prosecutor is blocking the reconstruction. And we have the body cam. On body cam, they did that. Now, body cams are missing. Body cam were with the children. Body cam with the vehicle inspection. Body cam specifically cut and spliced when capturing the officer on the scene that handled Mustapha's dash camera. Earlier in the podcast, we watched Exhibit 10, Body Cam Exhibit 10, and Body Cam Exhibit 14. These two body cams have been spliced by the police department into two separate body cams, and 17 frames are missing. Now, the problem here, the police department is trying to justify why the dash camera has no audio and is cut before impact. Let's take you directly into the scene and hear directly from the officer and why this dash camera has no audio and is cut before impact. Now, I remind you, this is the same officer that testified to taking the dash camera back to his vehicle and sitting on those files for 2 days before getting a warrant. An officer that violated the chain of custody. That today, we have a dash camera that's cut and is muted. Let's go into the scene through those body cams and find out what the officer is telling us. And hear from Officer Chad Mason directly. So if you go to Exhibit 10, if you go to Exhibit 14, you'll hear from Officer Chad Mason. Let's see if I can find Exhibit 14. So on your end, if you go to YouTube, Not Another Boring Podcast, and you go through a specific playlist, and specifically what you want to look for is Exhibit 14. Exhibit 14, and we'll remind everybody, if you're looking for this body cam outside the YouTube channel, if you're with Prince William County Police Department that is tracking what we're talking about, if you're an agency from outside the county looking into investigating this case, you look at the top right corner and you'll look at body cam, specifically X60878296, and you start off this body cam at 19, 19, and 39 seconds. -0400. So this body cam, this is on our end, it's Exhibit 14, and it starts off at 1919. We fast forward to timestamp 1932 and 29 seconds. And we hear directly from Officer Chad Mason trying to explain to us in his own word why this dash camera has no audio, it's cut before impact, and it has 17 frames missing from inside the vehicle. This is the same officer that took the stand and he said, I violated the chain of custody. I took the dash camera, sat on it for 2 days. 2 days later, I got a warrant for this dash camera. So let's hear from Officer Chad Mason directly in what Chad Mason is telling us.
You got a thing?
No, there's this first rotate up there.
How about cameras? We got any cameras? So they have a dash cam on the.
We got
car.
Target.
Yeah,
Target's
a
dash cam. Target's going to pick up big time.
Is it still running?
Can't. No, the cable's broke. So it could be. I don't know if it was broke before or broke now, but it's broke. I am starving like mom.
I'll get you some food in a minute here.
I just need water. Just water.
That I have a case. I have a whole case of water.
Both nice. As soon as I go walk at WDS to fucking eat, both nice.
I was just.
I mean, this is the most disturbing scene in this whole entire case. first of all, you're talking about a dash camera, the most important piece of evidence in this whole entire case that's going to show you what happened and how this vehicle accident happened. And all of a sudden, you're talking about you're hungry. You change the conversation as if this piece of evidence is not even relevant to the whole entire case. I mean, we're going to watch this body cam again. And for the love of God, someone tell me this is normal. And wait a minute, you're talking about the wire is broke? It's been 2.5 years and the police department have not come up with the wire yet. Where's the wire? Because you can inspect this wire and find out how it was cut. Because if you're talking about a situation where the officer cut the wire to justify him cutting the dash camera, we can get to the bottom of that. You can hire an independent expert, look at the wire. Was the wire spliced with a knife? Was the wire pulled? How was the wire broken? And for the love of God, why are you changing the conversation to you being hungry? As if the dash camera is not even relevant to this whole entire case. Let's watch that body cam one more time.
Turn down.
You got a thing.
No, there's this first rotate up there.
How about cameras? We got any cameras?
So they have a dash camera on the.
We got
car.
Target.
Yeah, but
Target's a dash cam.
That's a
Target's
dash
going to pick up big time.
Is it still running?
I can't. No, the cable's broke. So it could be. I don't know if it was broke before or broke now, but it's broke. I am starving like motherfucker.
I'll get you some food in a minute here.
I just need water. Just water.
That I have a case. I have a whole case of water.
Both nights. As soon as I go walk at WDS to fucking eat, both nights.
I was just turning on.
Now, what's disturbing about this whole entire scene here, this is at 19:32 and 29 seconds. 19:32 and 29 seconds. And they're pretending that this is their first time learning about a dash camera inside the vehicle. I mean, the officer that's wearing this body cam is Officer Robert Drum, the same officer that falsified Mustapha's statements.